What if I told you the reason your strawberries keep getting attacked by slugs has nothing to do with your garden and everything to do with one small mistake almost every grower makes before the season even starts? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, your strawberry patch is going to look completely different and those slugs won't even know your address anymore. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening. If you're new here, so glad you found us. This is the place where we grow smarter, not harder, and we do it without emptying our wallets. Whether you've been gardening for years or you just bought your first pot of soil, you are exactly where you need to be today. Before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button right now. We drop practical gardening tips every week that actually work in the real world, not just on paper. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. You already know we don't waste your time here. Let's get into it. Section 1, the mistake nobody talks about. So here is the thing nobody in the gardening world seems to want to say out loud. Most slug problems do not start when the slugs arrive. They start weeks before, when you are setting up your strawberry bed. The way you prepare your soil, where you place your plants, and what you put around them either invites slugs in or shuts the door completely. Think of your garden like a house. If you leave the windows open and put food on the porch, you are going to have visitors. Slugs are no different. They are just looking for the three things your strawberry patch naturally offers: moisture, shade, and food. So instead of spending money on pellets and sprays that work for 2 days and then stop, we are going to remove the invitation entirely. And the best part? Everything I am about to show you costs almost nothing. Some of it costs absolutely nothing at all. Section 2, choosing the right strawberry variety and why it matters for slugs. Now before we even touch the soil, let us talk about variety because this part changes everything. Not all strawberries are equally attractive to slugs and most people never even consider this when they are picking their plants. Everbearing varieties like Albion and Seascape produce fruit across a longer season, which means there is always something ripening, always something drawing slugs in over a longer stretch of time. June-bearing varieties produce one large crop in a shorter window. Less time on the vine means less exposure. Now I am not saying avoid everbearing strawberries. They are great. But if you have had serious slug problems in the past, starting with a June-bearing variety gives you a natural upper hand before you even plant a single runner. Also pay attention to the size of the leaves. Big leafy varieties create more ground shade and slugs absolutely love that. Compact varieties with smaller leaf coverage keep the soil around your plants drier and brighter, which slugs genuinely hate. This one decision at the start of the season can reduce your slug problem by almost half before you do anything else. Section 3, the soil setup that slugs cannot stand. Alright, now let us get into the soil because this is where most people accidentally build a 5-star slug hotel and do not even realize it. Slugs move through soil that is soft, damp, and rich with decomposing material sitting right on the surface. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your soil drains well. If water sits in your strawberry bed after rain, slugs will be there within hours. Mix in some coarse sand or fine grit into your top layer. Not a huge amount, just enough to change the texture and improve drainage. Next, stop mulching heavily right up against the base of your plants. I know mulch is great for moisture retention and I love it too, but a thick wet layer of straw right against your strawberry crowns is basically a slug apartment complex. Instead, leave a clear dry ring of about 3 to 4 inches around each plant crown and then mulch further out. The roots still get the moisture benefit but the crown stays dry and slugs lose their favorite hiding spot. Here is another trick that most gardeners completely overlook. Crushed eggshells mixed with coarse wood ash and pressed lightly into the top half-inch of soil around your plants creates a surface that slugs find extremely uncomfortable to cross. They do not like the texture, they do not like the alkalinity, and they especially do not like the dryness. Save your eggshells all winter. By planting time you will have enough to make a real difference. Actually, pause for a second. If you are finding this useful, drop a comment below and tell me how bad your slug situation has been this year. Honestly, some of the stories I have heard are wild and I read every single one. And if this video is helping you, a like goes such a long way for this channel. It tells the platform to show this to more gardeners who need it. Now back to it. Section 4, the planting layout trick that changes everything. Here is something that sounds almost too simple but genuinely works. The way you space and arrange your strawberry plants affects how much slug activity you get, and most guides never mention this. Slugs prefer to travel under cover. They move along edges, under leaves, through dark corridors between plants. When your strawberry bed is overcrowded, you are creating a whole network of shaded pathways that slugs use like highways. Give your plants more breathing room than you think they need. 30 centimeters between each plant instead of the standard 20. Yes, you fit fewer plants in, but each one produces better, gets more airflow, and dries out faster after rain. Slugs are left with fewer places to hide and less reason to stay. Also consider raised beds if you are not already using them. Even a raise of just 20 to 25 centimeters changes the drainage profile completely and makes it harder for ground-dwelling slugs to establish themselves. You do not need fancy lumber either. Reclaimed wood, old bricks, even stacked stones work perfectly. Section 5, natural slug barriers that actually hold up. Now let us talk about the barriers, and I am going to be very honest with you here. Most of what you see sold in garden centers is either overpriced or just does not last long enough to matter. So here is what actually works without spending money you do not need to spend. Copper tape is popular and it genuinely does deter slugs when it is clean and unoxidized. But it gets expensive if you are covering a large bed and it stops working once it tarnishes. A cheaper and surprisingly effective alternative is used coffee grounds. Collect them, dry them out slightly, and create a ring around your bed. Slugs dislike the texture and the caffeine content affects their slime production. Local coffee shops will often give you bags of used grounds completely free if you ask. Pine needle mulch is another brilliant one. It stays dry, it is acidic, and the texture is rough and uncomfortable for slugs to cross. If you have a pine tree nearby, you have a free slug barrier sitting right there. For the most persistent slug problems, a shallow dish of cheap beer sunk into the ground near your strawberry bed works remarkably well. Slugs are drawn to the yeast, they fall in and cannot get out. You do not need expensive beer. The cheapest option at the shop does the job just as well. Empty and refill every couple of days. Section 6, the timing trick that cuts your slug population fast. This section is the one that people always say they wish they had known sooner. Slugs are most active at night and in the early hours of the morning, especially after rainfall. Most gardeners deal with slugs when they see the damage, which is always too late. The smarter move is to go out at night with a torch, about an hour after sunset, 2 or 3 times a week during wet weather. Pick them off by hand and drop them into a container of soapy water. Yes, it sounds unglamorous. But one evening of hand picking can remove more slugs than a week of pellets, and it costs nothing. After just 2 or 3 evenings you will see a dramatic drop in the population around your strawberry patch. Combine this with going out in the early morning before the sun rises and you will catch the late travelers who stayed out too long. This routine, especially at the start of the season before populations build up, keeps your numbers so low that your barriers and soil setup can handle the rest easily. Section 7, encouraging natural predators without spending a penny. The most sustainable slug control of all does not come from you. It comes from the wildlife already around your garden that you just need to stop scaring away. Hedgehogs are the single most effective natural slug predator for a home garden. If you have them in your area, leave a small gap at the bottom of your fence. That is genuinely all it takes. A hedgehog working through your garden at night will consume dozens of slugs without you doing a single thing. Ground beetles are next. They are dark, fast-moving, and they eat slug eggs underground before the slugs even hatch. To attract them, leave a small pile of flat stones or a piece of old wood near the edge of your bed. They shelter underneath during the day and hunt at night. Frogs and toads are brilliant too. A small shallow dish of water near your strawberry bed, nothing elaborate, just something they can drink from and sit near, is enough to keep them visiting regularly. None of this costs anything. And unlike pellets, these predators do not stop working after 2 days of sunshine. So let us bring this all together. The smart way to grow strawberries without slugs is not about one magic fix. It is about removing the invitation that your garden is sending out without you knowing it. Choose a variety that works with your conditions. Set up your soil so it drains well and stays dry around the crowns. Space your plants so there are no dark crowded corridors for slugs to travel through. Use free or cheap barriers like coffee grounds, pine needles, and eggshells. Go out at night early in the season and keep the population low before it builds. And let the natural predators around you do the heavy lifting. Every single thing in this video can be done on a tight budget. Most of it costs nothing at all. That is what this channel is about, and that is why it works. If you got value from this video today, please give it a like. It genuinely helps more gardeners find this content when they need it most. Subscribe if you have not already, because we have so much more coming that you do not want to miss. And drop a comment below telling me which tip surprised you the most. I want to know. I will be reading through and replying this week. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.